Whispers in the Dark. Lila Harper had always found comfort in solitude. At 24, she lived alone in a modest apartment on the edge of the city. Her life as a freelance writer kept her isolated, but she preferred it that way. Crowds overwhelmed her, and her past had taught her to keep her distance from people. She'd grown up bouncing between foster homes, learning early on that the world wasn't always kind. Her days were quiet, her nights even quieter. But lately, she'd felt uneasy. It started a week ago when she noticed strange things around her apartment. A chair slightly moved, a cupboard left open when she knew she'd closed it. She blamed her overactive imagination, a byproduct of writing psychological thrillers for a living. But tonight, the feeling of being watched was stronger than ever. It was nearing 2 a.m., and Lila sat at her desk, typing furiously to meet a looming deadline. The only sounds were the tapping of her keyboard and the faint hum of the refrigerator in the next room. Her phone buzzed on the table beside her, breaking the silence. She picked it up. The message was from an unknown number. "Are you alone?" Her heart skipped a beat. She stared at the screen, her fingers frozen over the keyboard. A prank, she thought. Someone had the wrong number. She ignored it and went back to typing, but her concentration was broken. Minutes later, the phone buzzed again. "I see you." Lila felt a chill crawl up her spine. She glanced around the room, her eyes darting to the darkened corners. The blinds were drawn, the door locked. No one could see her, right? She swallowed hard and replied, "Who is this?" The response came immediately. "I'm closer than you think." Her stomach twisted. She checked the lock on her front door, then the windows. Everything was secure. Her apartment was on the 3rd floor. There was no way anyone could be outside watching. It had to be a joke. Someone messing with her. Her phone buzzed again. "I'm in the hallway." Her heart pounded as she crept toward the front door. Pressing her eye to the peephole, she scanned the hallway. It was empty, dimly lit by the flickering overhead light. Her breathing slowed, and she let out a nervous laugh. "Just a prank," she whispered, stepping back. "Buzz, why didn't you open the door?" Her breath hitched. Whoever this was, they knew she'd looked. They were watching her somehow. She grabbed a knife from the kitchen and clutched it tightly, her knuckles turning white. Another message. "You shouldn't have turned around." Her blood ran cold. Slowly, she realized what the message meant. She wasn't supposed to look behind her. But then she heard it, the faintest sound of breathing. It wasn't hers. Her hands shook as she turned her head, inch by inch, toward the darkened living room. The shadows seemed to shift, to move. Her phone buzzed again, the glow illuminating her terrified face as she read the final message. "Run." Before she could react, the shadows sprang to life. There was no time to scream. Underscore 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 underscore. The next morning, her phone buzzed once more, though the apartment was eerily silent. This time, the message wasn't for her. It simply read, "Who's next?"